Hello everybody. In this screencast we're going to look at Alamofire, which is a library that allows us to make HTTP requests in Swift. It's very simple, so we have to start by finding out how to install the library. So I went to the GitHub repository and we are using the Swift package manager. I need the GitHub repo link. Here's that. Control C, go back here to the project, file new, and package dependencies. And all I have to just put the URL here and it gives me Alamofire. Perfect. Add the package, and the package is added. Perfect. Okay. So now in order to do this, I would like to show you how to make GET requests using this library. Before we do that, I just want to show you an API that we can call. This is Postman. It's the tool that we use to review and make these requests so that we could. So this is a URL, right? Here's the URL that we're looking at. You click on send, and the URL returns this. And you see it's a GET request, and it has no parameters. I'll copy the URL, Control C, that's the URL we're going to use. Here's this, and I would like to make a GET request. So now we go back here, and in this library, and most of the HTTP request libraries, they have very good documentation, right? So this library has really good documentation. So now let's say making requests and making response validation. So I'll click on both of them. So let's say this is how you make a request. Just making a simple request is just AF request, give it the URL, boom, and you get a response. Okay, good. So let's see how we can do this. So I need first to import Alamofire. Here's that. Here's it. And then when you click is when I'm going to make the request. So I'll show the hood, right? We'll say AF dot request, and you see here I can do something like that, and this is the URL that we're going to make the request to. There's that. Control X, Control V, and then here a response. And if you want a response string, you get a string back. We can do that. Here it is, and then I click on enter again, and then this is the response. And basically here I could do print response dot response, which is the actual response or result, for example, which can be a result. You can do something like that. Here it is, and you can go back to here and it shows you how you can make these. You can make different kind of request types and so on, but we're making a GET request, which is the default one. And if you look here, this is how you make a request. So let's see how it works. But you can go back to the documentation. Documentation is very strong here in these systems. Go back again here, documentation, and let's go back to Alamofire, and they have a whole set of documentation. Like let's say, for example, making a request, validation. I like the validation one because it comes back with the validation. For example, here it is. See, you say validate that the status code is between this and this. So basically, I can do something like that. Control C. I usually use this kind of request. Here it is that. So this takes care of, this is the URL I want to go to. Where is that? Okay, Control C, that's the request. And see here, Control V. Checks to see is the status code between 200 and 300, which is and then I would like that the content type that's coming back is going to be JSON. And then response.data. Basically, I could do the same thing here. I could do response.data, response.result, whatever you want to do. So I could take these from here, Control C, and put them here, for example. And then instead of just printing the response, I can copy the stuff from here, Control C, Control V, and I could do this. I could do, all right. And then let me just comment this out. I don't know if we're going to use it in the future, but I'll comment it out. Okay, cool. So here it is. Now let's make the request. So let's run it. Here it is. We run it. And when we click the button, I would like to see what happens here, right? I could put a breakpoint and so on, but let's see. Here it is. I click me, fetching the data, and you see here it's printing out the data that's coming back. Now I would like to dismiss this, right? So basically, in order to dismiss this, what I could do is I could here, before even the switch, I could do hood dot hide, right? So that hides the progress dialog. So it's very easy. I made the request, got the data in, click me, boom, and here's the data, and you're able to see the data coming in. Perfect. Very straightforward, very simple. I'm able to get the data back, and we're good, right? So basically, I'm getting the data back, and it seems that things are working. So we are response dot result gets you the data, and we're good to go. So we are able to get the data, right? and print response dot result dot, let's say dot, yeah, response dot result works. You know, here we are, we're able to get the data. I don't know what the success around it is. It seems that it's surrounded by a success thing. So response dot data returns data, response dot results, all right, dot response dot result. So we can do something like that, and it could be that we need to unwrap it. So let's see here, let's run that, or we will see how to do it. It's straightforward, you know, but you are able to see the result back when I click. Here's that, and we're able to get it. Cool. So now let's make a request that's bad request. Let's say, what if we do a HTTP? You know, we run it as HTTP. Here's that, and click me again, and it causes a problem. The problem is that the response could not be loaded because the app support security policy requires a secure connection. So if you are going to make HTTP requests, HTTP, not HTTPS requests, you need to tell the app explicitly that you're going to make these requests. In order to do that, you go to the info part here, and this is settings for the app. Click on the plus sign, and then app transport security settings. Here is that. And then if you open it up a little bit, and then you click the plus sign again, allow arbitrary loads, and you make it yes, then you are telling the app that you are allowing HTTP traffic, right? Run it again. All right. And you click me, and it worked. So why did it work this time? Is because the servers allow, and now you're able to make HTTP requests and so on, right? Now, what if I go in and let's add some garbage here, right, and run that URL? That URL doesn't exist, right? So then we're gonna be in the error side, right? Here it is, and it says that invalid Alamofire response failure error code 404. This site is not reachable, right? So here it is. Okay. So now let's bring it back to HTTPS and run this again. And I was able to show you how to make a simple GET request using the Alamofire. Here it is. That. Here it is. Okay, perfect. So now in the next couple of videos, we'll show you how to make it with parameters and how to parse the data that comes back and all of that interesting stuff. All right, please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.